Alright, I have this set up to where it's using the time from my PC, and so it's getting bright pretty quick. But that's fine. So I don't know if you saw much of the update. This is the house that Jeff has been working on, trying to get it...
Yeah, it looks cool.
Trying to get it all updated.
Yeah, there are a lot of props now inside the house.
Yeah, and I was messing around with the item spawners just to kind of show what we can and can't do with some of those. So, for example, I had one on the table here, and it dropped the cans onto the floor because it kind of randomizes them when they appear. And then I also put one up here. So you kind of see the items kind of hiding up on top of there. And there's the flashlight on the couch.
On the fridge.
Pardon?
Yeah, it's on the fridge, not the refrigerator.
Yeah, I kind of put one up there for fun. And then then the bedroom, I put the M40 on the shelf. And that's all these are dynamic spawns as well. And then there's some underneath the bed down here as well. You can see that I put down there. And then I put some like on the shelf over there. You can see where the hatchet spawned as well.
Yeah, well, it's cool to like prone to find things, or crouch, or jump to find things. It's not like, alright, it's always gonna be on the object. For example, on the couch. It may be underneath the couch, for example. That's very good because someone has to actually search for it for the loot.
Right. Yeah. So we can get as detailed as we want. We could put something in the toilet even if we wanted to, and have stuff spawn in there.
Yeah. Toilet paper.
If we wanted to dig stuff out.
Yeah.
Well, some of the assets we're making, we're also going to have it so you can open them. So like the oven and so on, in the cupboards will all be, the doors will all open, and so we can actually stick stuff inside the shelves as well, which will be nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is kind of the first one I did, just kind of messing around here. I threw a few blood decals down too.
Well, that's a big improvement since I played inside this room. Very big improvement. I really like this.
Yeah, Jeff's been doing a lot of work on the kind of the interior of the house, as the update said.
Yeah. Those textbooks, are they of any use? I think we should like make it so that someone can pick it up and use it as his diary. For example, in War Z there was capsules, time capsules, or however they were called.
Right.
And someone could use them as textbooks to write some stuff.
Yeah, we've talked about doing something like that, and I think we will end up, adding that at some point. There's been people in some of the, I hate to copy other games, but there are other games where people want, diaries and all kinds of stuff. But hey, Hammer, I see you. Send a message. But I don't think I want to get into novels where you read novels in the game and so on.
Yeah, it would be a maximum 1-2 pages. Maybe you want to write down something so that you don't forget the next day.
Right.
Maybe you want to go to an area, but you just it went off your mind. Then you can open your textbook and check it out, so that you always know that you're on schedule or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, having the players be able to leave notes, I think, would be great. But, what I don't want is to be like Skyrim and start just filling the world with a whole bunch of novels.
Yeah, they should be very rare and somehow valuable.
Yeah, I'd rather have the players create the content, and so they can enter notes in and keep the notes and store them in notebooks and all that. But I don't want kind of random stuff all over.
Yeah. That's the ATV. Yep.
Yeah, I'm just
That's the quad bike.
Yeah, it's on medium fog pattern right now, so that's why the fog's kind of sitting in like that.
Yeah.
It's one of the...
Well, the fog looks very cool. It looks very cool. I really like it.
Yeah, the heavy one will start in about... I'm not sure how far this one is into it. I have them so they cycle...
a couple of seconds.
They cycle about every 3 minutes. is the way I have them set
3
up.
minutes.
Yeah, I changed it so it's 3 minutes now. So the heavy fog will roll in. And the heavy fog gets a lot more dense. But that'll be good. Just so we can kind of see them. Let me go down here for a minute.
I think the camera should be a little bit more close when it's in third person.
Yeah.
Or it's just me, I don't know.
Yeah, we can adjust all that. But I agree. I don't drive too well, as you can see here. It's kind of garbage all over the place.
Oh.
Oh, I don't know if you saw this. This is our plot sign that we added. Let me kind of see.
I think I saw it in the fog.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think I released an image of it, but that's the plot sign that you need to construct and place down.
Yeah.
And that gives you the exclusive rights to build within a 30-meter radius of it. So we were testing that out earlier today as well. And it seems to be working just fine.
I'll join later on to check it out as well.
Yeah.
Should be cool.
Let's see here. Let me go back down here. We have a lot of adjustments still to do, like on the water, to make the water look nice. All of our buggies and stuff we've left in the air from testing over the days. And floating tents, and we won't do that in the real game, by the way, for those that are watching. We do a lot of testing in this area.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is heavy fog, and I'm going to have to adjust it, as you can see, because of the trees. They're making it look kind of funny.
Yeah, it looks like it's winter. It's all covered in snow. Yeah, it looks a bit buggy.
Yeah. It's just a matter of just adjusting it, but that's how dense the heavy fog is right now. I just want to see how it looks inside the house.
Oh, the frogs.
Yeah, there's kind of annoying, to be honest, but we'll leave those out. Let's see. It's like Osmos is here listening as well.
Yeah. Well, we have 17 now guys who are watching our live stream. I think Facebook works very well. People check out Facebook.
Yeah.
Way more frequently than I actually thought. So yeah, let's check it out.
Alright.
Well, the couch looks badass because of the blood. It's very realistic.
Yeah, throwing these decals down, I mean, that's really easy to do, too. You know, I threw those down and just kind of threw these down just for fun really fast. But yeah, those are trivial to do, just to kind of spice it up a little bit. Yeah. There were some people on the forums that was asking about how overgrown the area is going to look, and this gives you a good idea of how overgrown it's going to be. I mean, you can't even see the road for the most part. And for the people watching on the stream, I think I mentioned it before, but there's a bug with the CryEngine SDK we use. And so all the ground vegetation isn't appearing like all the grass in multiplayer mode. You can see it in the screenshots I post because I do those in single player. But in multiplayer, they just won't exist yet. But let me go here in some of these backyards, in fact. But you can see where you know, the fences are being destroyed as well.
Yeah, well, in the picture you sent about the backyard, there was vegetation, and now that's a multiplayer bug, unfortunately.
Yeah. Alright, here's one of the rain patterns starting, it looks like. It's probably the light rain.
It's the light. Yeah.
So right now I have it, while we're testing it, cycles between light, medium, and heavy rain, and then it does light, medium, and heavy fog. So every 3 minutes it'll do a new pattern for testing.
Yeah. The good thing with the damaged barriers, or the one that lay off a bit, is that you can always plan your route out of situation or something like that. Well, you don't get trapped. That's the good thing.
Right.
You always can find a way to escape.
And as you can see, when the rain patterns start, we darken the skies and everything as well. So that's why the screen got dark.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit dark right now, but so this is one of the back streets here that's all destroyed. It's kind of hard to see, but there's water on the ground and everything as well. I'll hold it still here in a second so you can see it. So if you look at the bottom, you can see there's water.
Yeah.
With the whole overgrown look. And then some of the back area here that Jeff's working on, so you can kind of see he's making it look like the houses are all falling in as well there. Yeah. But now the people that are watching, you get a pretty good idea of the way the streets all look. They're all broken up and kind of destroyed.
Yeah, it's not like a flat pattern, so that you don't have something like an obstacle to go over.
Right.
It's way better to have some obstacles, something that the curved terrains. It gives a more realistic feel, to be honest, and it also helps you. Maybe you want to hide, maybe you want to disguise something. I don't know, but it always helps.
Right. So let me test the binoculars here. Because you were asking about the binoculars earlier as well.
You added a mask near it though?
No, I didn't add a mask yet, but
Right.
But I think we do need to add a mask of some sort.
Yeah, because it looks a bit weird. It's like it gives way more advantage because you can have a big field of view, although you zoom in. So that may give an unfair disadvantage. Yeah.
All right.
Awesome, pre-alpha.
Yeah, we still have work to do, but we're getting there.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Well, quality over quantity.
That's the supermarket there. You can see there's nothing. We don't have anything inside of it done with some tents out front, and that's a kind of an office building under construction we're working on, and that's kind of a test building right there. I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Now see that doesn't have a texture applied. But. So I think this is the medium rain. Let me see if I can see. Yeah, so you can see this is the medium rain pattern that's now going on. So this is what the medium looks like. Let's see, I threw a ladder over here because I wanted to test a ladder. All right, so the ladder should work, I believe. Maybe not. I'll have to figure out why. They worked in single player, but they're not working in multiplayer. So I'll have to figure out why they aren't working. I went through and redid the. I went through and redid all the action menu. So this menu that pops up here in the middle of the screen. I redid the whole thing in the last couple of days, the way it works and is implemented. So I introduced a couple of bugs I need to fix. But I had to do that in order to support a lot of the new medical items that we're adding right now. Hey, that's cool. Some glitch there. Here's the sniper rifle I showed a picture of. So you guys can see with the little scope on it. I don't think I had the scope.
Yeah, the M4045, I think.
Yeah, M4085. I didn't have the scope on it in the image I posted today, I believe. So this is the scope for it. I believe the scope was donated to us, but I'll have to double check on that. Well, I'm not sure, because we were making our own, and then we have I think this is our own, sorry. We have another scope that somebody donated to us as well, but I think this is the one that, I'm trying to get in the light here. It's kind of hard to get in the light with all the stuff moving around. But, so I'm pretty sure this is the one we made for it as well, but. Well, there's the animation, you kind of see. Like I said, I can't get in the sun, so I apologize. Let me go over here. See if I can get a little bit more sunlight.
Yeah. People are saying that they can't access the forum. Guys, it's just because there is a backup going on. So it will not be like accessible for an hour maximum or 2.
Yeah, what we do, so here's the heavy rain, so you can watch how dark it's going to get here. I'll stand in the middle of the street.
Yeah, it's getting very dark.
You know, this is morning and it's going to get pretty dark. But so yeah, what happens on our website is every week we completely back up the entire server. So we have a lot of stuff on there, you know, with the forums and so on, and so we completely back up the whole thing to make sure we don't lose any data. And so we do that Sunday mornings my time. And so that's why it's inaccessible for a couple of hours. It backs up somewhere in the neighborhood of like 40 gigs every Sunday morning. All right, so that's what it looks like. Heavy rain with the binocs. So it doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad for a pre-alpha, at least, I think.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah.
Some other games don't even get so close in pre-alpha, let alone the final release.
Let's see. I don't know if I have anything else. I can do it. Most of the stuff we've shown, you know, the old little chem lights and everything. I don't know if there's anything we want to show off. If anybody in the stream wants to see anything, let me know. But we were mainly just kind of playing around to test stuff. Nick, who's on the call with me, hasn't seen a lot of this stuff, at least the last couple of weeks.
Unfortunately, I was away. I had some obligations, so. But now I'm online in a call with Terry.
Let me drive
the live stream.
Yeah, let me drive over to the base.
Yeah,
so
sure.
they've seen a couple of images of the base over here. And the sounds you hear on the ATV, these are sounds that some people, a company's making for us right now. So these are actually our sounds that'll be in the game.
That's the driving skills. Congratulations, Terry. You have great skills on driving that quad bike.
So I just want to show these guys the texture. You guys, I think, have seen images of these textures.
Yeah, the textures look very good. Very good.
Is the stream... I think the stream's stuttering. At least it looks like it is on my side. So I'm not sure what's going on there. That's interesting. Doesn't say I'm dropping any frames. I'm just going to see if it's going to catch up here. Maybe it didn't like how... Yeah, I think it didn't like the ATV going through all that or something. It looks like it's better now from what I'm seeing, but... Yeah, I just don't think it liked all the action, all the movement it was trying to catch up. Yeah, it doesn't want to... Sorry about the stream, guys. This is our first time really streaming this.
Yeah, and we are streaming this because we love our fans and we want to show you guys that we appreciate your support. That's why we want to show you more things, so that you actually like us even more.
This is our pit of vehicles. We have a little jump we set up over there, and they get wrecked quite often.
Yeah. The base on the right side, as you can see, there were there were like tons of times that I actually exploded a lot of cars
Yeah.
that were under the ownership of Terry and some other developers. I had really much fun there.
Yeah,
Times.
the world is pretty empty right now because, as I mentioned, we've been focusing on that area you can see over there, the whole residential area, and there's a kind of a commercial area on the other side of it where the office buildings were at. So we're focusing on that, and then once that gets done, then we'll just start rolling it out to the rest of the map. So there isn't a lot done, as you can see on this side of the map. If the vegetation worked, you would see vegetation on the ground, but the trees and buildings aren't here yet. But I fell over. So this is the base. This is kind of the test base for constructing items. Make sure the stream's showing everything. So this was all. So everything you see everything here was completely placed by players. So every ramp, every wall, every platform, every tower, these pieces of metal here.
Yeah.
Those were individually placed as well. We kind of have pieces you can kind of use to fill in gaps. The guard tower was placed, the campfire on top of it. Everything here was all placed by players.
Even the cave, the fire, even the fireplace above.
Yeah, a lot of that was just for testing to see what you can and can't do. So, for example, I put a campfire up in here as well. See, there's a campfire down there too. But essentially, as long as you're building something on top of something else, you're good to go.
Yeah, and the best of all, it's built by players. It's not like we placed it intentionally. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the best part. Oh my god, look at those backpacks.
Yeah.
Well, for now, I think even for the pre-alpha, you will be able, for example, pick the ramp from the backpack, I think.
Yeah, right now we don't have. So for a lot of these items, these are all items you construct with the crafting construction system. And for a lot of them, we don't have. So if you build something that's in your inventory and then you take that item and throw it out on the ground, we don't have a packed version of it. And that's what all these are, kind of the packed version of all these ramps and everything. So that's what all these backpacks are for. So that's a 1.3 meter that goes up to 3 meter walkway. So they're kind of all coated. That's just a 1 meter square metal plate that you saw a minute ago. So that's what all the backpacks are for. They're just all constructed items that have been thrown out on the ground. Let's see here. My poor ATV flipped over on me. I have to go off the ramp just to show them. I spend too much time messing off with stuff like this. Alright, here we go. First person view. There you go. That's our little ramp. I definitely need to fix the fog so we don't get that little sparkling effect in the backgrounds.
Yeah, it looks weird.
Yeah.
For the trees, most of all.
I'll go up the little back way here for fun. So I'll just kind of go up here and come back in by the grocery store. These rocks really mess up the ATV when you're trying to go through them.
Yeah. on, you can make it, Terry. You can make it.
I can do it. There we go. So that's the back of the grocery store. Yeah, I definitely need to fix that fog pattern. Anyway, now we're back at the start. Let's see, I'm going to look at chat, see if I missed anything here on chat.
There's some talk about the video cards. I think most of them will work. The one that, for example, the 525 GT will definitely work.
Yeah, I'll have to look. We can post the specs on the forums. Essentially, if you can play Crysis 2, you can play this game, is what it comes down to.
This thing, exactly. If you can play Crysis 2, and if you can play, even if you can play at medium, Crysis 3, or high, then you have no problem at all playing Miscreated.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Let's see.
For example, I played the Crysis 3 alpha at high for about 80 FPS, so that's why I posted you my benchmark on the Twitch chat.
Right. Somebody was asking about the spots on the trees. That's just because we just need to adjust the fog pattern. When it was in that heavy fog, it makes it look like the trees are kind of sparkling a little bit on the leaves. So that's what that is. That's just something we need to adjust. And then there was something else. Somebody was asking about anti-cheat.
Yeah.
So for the anti-cheat, we're not going to have anything right out of the, for those early pre-alpha, because we're going to be controlling everything really well. And then we're just going to have to start looking at solutions. I'm not about to try to implement our own solution. There's people out there a lot smarter than we are about that. And so we'll just start evaluating what solutions are out there and just try to pick something that we hope is the best. But the issue with anti-cheat is no matter what we pick, there'll be people that say it's crap and other people that say it's great. And so we'll just do our absolute best, because we definitely don't want hackers in the game as much as possible. But as of yet, that hasn't been decided on what we're going to use. We're just going to have to kind of play it by ear. Right now, we're focusing just on trying to get this out and get this ready. But there will be one eventually.
Yeah, no worries about the cheating part. we also hate hackers.
Yeah. Anyway.
About the open alpha and beta, well, guys, we haven't talked a lot about it. We have mostly focused on providing the closed alpha version to select few people from our forum, and generally those who contribute, who help us with the development. So unfortunately, we cannot tell at this point when we'll be hosting an open beta or an open alpha.
Yeah, we're calling this the pre-alpha version, because you can play it. We run around here and shoot each other and mess off quite a lot in it. We had a long playtest session earlier today as well. But this is what we're calling the pre-alpha, just because we know there's going to be issues. And that'll be the version we release to a lot more limited number of people. And then once that version gets stable, then we'll release an alpha on a much larger scale.
Terry, there is one question. It's like, will the game be global player versus player in the final game, or will it be more player versus the environment?
It's mostly PvP based, but there will be mutants in the game and bandits as well. So there will be some PvE aspects to it. Because we understand that not everybody likes to PvP, so we want to at least have the option in there. Or if you just get sick of just shooting players, you can go off and do some PvE type stuff as well. Okay, customized vehicles will come at some point. That is definitely on the plans to do.
Yeah, it's also advertised, so yeah, we'll definitely work on that one.
Yeah, the CryEngine SDK is really flexible with that. And so we just create attachment points on the vehicles, and then we can attach anything we want on them. So we can attach armor plates, windows, upgrade tires, upgrade suspension, pretty much anything you want. And all those upgrades, you can specify how it modifies the vehicle's behavior as well. So you can have an increase, the hit points or armor on a certain area, or the speed of the vehicle, and so on. So yeah, there will definitely be customized vehicles, but that's going to be down the road a little ways as well, once kind of all the core stuff gets done.
Yeah, we want to focus on the core development of the game so that we ensure that there won't be major bugs. So we want to deliver you the best experience. So, well, about vehicles customization, well, it can wait. We want to focus on the core development, as I mentioned earlier.
We should have pulled this out earlier when it was sunny. It'll be sunny again in a minute.
Yeah.
Right, anyway. Let's see, I think we've shown off most of the stuff I have sitting around here. There's a bandage. I think we showed some pictures of most of the stuff, yeah. So I think most of the items you guys have seen before in some of our images. Let me do this. Let me show you the bow, though, because I don't know if we've released any videos of the actual bow being used.
Yeah, it would be cool for people to see.
Yeah, let me, I'm going to kind of wait for the weather to clear up a little bit. Because I know we've released images of the bow, but I don't think we've actually released any videos of it working yet. So I'm going to demonstrate on
my voice? Osmos is talking about my voice. Yeah.
I'm gonna test on our target dummy here.
Yeah. After the bow, could you try the M4 in action? It's Hammer's request. He loves M4s.
Sure.
Yeah, that's cool.
Right,
let me check out my computer, so I might join in game as well. Let me check it out.
I'm not sure how sunny it's gonna get here, so we'll see.
You're gonna see Nick in game in a battle royale.
Right. That might be as good as it gets for the sun right now. All right. Come on. All right, what am I doing? All right, that was my problem. So we still have a couple of issues with the ammo that I need to work on here. But anyway, so this will give you a good idea of the bow. And you can see it sticks in the player. So kind of wherever you shoot them at. Oh, missed. So that's how the bow works for now. Anyway, so that's the bow. So M4, let me drop that. Drop that. Yeah, there's a baseball bat. I ran over the baseball bat and I picked it up. That's why I couldn't do that. Alright. So this is the M4. Unfortunately, it's getting dark again. So I might have to wait a minute.
Terry, there's a question. Will you guys have different types of arrowheads?
Yes. Not initially, but it's on the list to do. So we will definitely have other arrowheads. What we'll probably do, we don't want to get too commercialized looking arrowheads, essentially, if that makes sense. So the plan is to use our crafting system to craft other types of arrows. So you'll take wood and possibly rags and flames or something along those lines. But I don't think we'll have fancy commercial looking arrowheads in the game.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Well, that's reasonable because we are in a year after the nuclear war happened. So yeah. You have to build everything by your own. There are no factories that you can actually use to build. There are no employees, so you're a lone wolf, or you can make a team, a group. Depends.
So this is the heavy rain. So this is the heaviest the rain gets right now. And at night, it's almost completely black when this is raining this way. It gets really dark at night. We were playing around earlier when it was completely dark, and unfortunately it started to be daylight when we started streaming, but at night it can get pretty dark during certain weather patterns. Booby traps is on the list as well. So with traps, we want to have more homemade Viet Cong style traps, if you're familiar with those. So things that you'll essentially think that you'll make out of timber and lumber and strings and twine and all that. So those will be the
So
type
watch your
of...
feet. Yeah, watch your feet, guys. Don't step on a booby trap.
Yeah. Some people have talked about doing kind of tripwires with cans as well, so we'll look at stuff like that, but there will definitely be homemade traps. All right, so here's the M4 in the game. There's a good kind of side image of it, what it looks like. And there's 3 modes on it right now. There's a single burst, well, there's a single shot, a burst, and a fully auto mode on it. So you can burn through your mag really fast if you want, just like that. Doesn't take long. Well, anyway. So that's the M4. Yeah, the sounds on the weapons they're all the first drafts for all the weapons, and some of them we don't even have sounds for yet. Like the bow, if you notice, we don't even have a sound effect for the bow. And so the weapon sounds will definitely be improved. But no, that's good to know. There's the M4 right there, the M40 that I was carrying around earlier. Let's see. I think everybody's seen the handgun before. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll adjust the sounds. The issue with real sounds is if we could find some royalty-free sounds that are really good, we'll look at using them. But we have to be careful of copyrights is the only issue there. Yeah, it does have a crafting system. In fact, here's the current crafting window. Here on the right, you can see. The video is delayed a little bit, so when I speak, it'll show up a few seconds later. But it's very important to use. You don't have to use it if you didn't want to in a game, but if you want to build bases, and some of the items will only be crafted. So for example, for some of you guys that are new, this is the plot sign here that I'm showing you. And the plot sign, you have to build the plot sign and place it down, and that gives you exclusive rights to build within a 30-meter radius of the plot sign. And so once you've placed down the plot sign claiming your piece of land, then you can go around and start building these walls, like this wall here. You can build those. And some of the people that were on earlier saw all these ramps are all constructed. These are all crafted items. So all of these, so this whole area going up here, you can kind of see with the flashlight, every piece of that was constructed. You can construct tables as well, like this table here. The campfire is a constructed item as well, this whole campfire pit. So there's quite a lot that'll be constructed in the game. A player can remove their own plot sign, yes. But you can't remove somebody else's yet. Some of that stuff we'll look at balancing, but for now, once you claim your piece of land, it's yours. But there are restrictions in the game where you can't build too close to somebody else's plot sign. And the reason for that right now is just for testing, so people can't grief you. So if you have a plot of land, so for example, my base on the other side, let me drive back over there. And I'll kind of show you what I mean. Went to the back seat. Let me run over here really fast again. I don't know if all these people on the video have seen a lot of this stuff or not, but so let me go back over here really fast.
Safe or trading areas? Well, I don't think we will implement safe areas like safe zones because it will be a lot of player versus player. There will be a lot of people camping outside there, so that won't be a solution. So that's why we want for people to focus, to get into a group, be a part of a team, and exchange between them. That's
Yeah,
the general idea.
the whole idea with safe zones, there's some strong feelings on both sides with regards to that, because some people like the safe zones, just because it does kind of give you an area. But right now, there are no plans for a safe zone. But that's something we'll kind of watch as time goes on. But yeah, right now it isn't planned at all. But we are going to have some clan-style features. And I don't want to go into too much detail on that, but there will be an advantage to having a clan and building a base together as a clan.
Yeah, exactly.
We plan on adding a few features around that. So for those that maybe don't know yet, so this base here was completely constructed. This is all crafted. So every wall, ramp, platform, all this was constructed out of the crafting system. And so if you want to do stuff like this, you need to use the crafting system. That's essentially what it comes down to. Let's see if I missed anything else here. Okay, yeah. So right now, you can only build around your plot sign, but we're looking at adding the ability to invite others to share your plot land so you can build out to larger areas. And that will probably be part of the kind of the... I don't know if we'll tie that into the clan system or not, but we want players to be able to obviously work together and be able to build bases together. That's what brings a lot of the fun to the game, so we'll definitely have a way of doing that. Let's see, I'm going through here. When you say life point, I presume you mean hit points, so it's destructible. Right now, nothing is destructible in the game because we need to look at balancing that eventually. The one issue with these type of systems, and for some of you guys that maybe play DayZ and set up bases in DayZ, one of the issues that I don't like personally is, if you get together with some of your friends and spend, days or hours of real time working on building a base, you don't want somebody to come in and destroy it all within 5 minutes while you guys are sleeping at night. And so we're trying to balance that out to where, you don't have to worry about your entire base being destroyed easily while you're offline, essentially. And so right now, you can't destroy another person's base at all. Let's see. You can only put down one plot sign. And so you can't own the area. So if you want to team up with friends and kind of combine your plot spaces together and have them close enough, you can do that and expand. But yeah, each person can only put down one plot sign. So choose wisely where it's going to be. As far as for trading areas, we don't have any official support for that, and I don't know if we ever will. We might just leave that up to players. There won't be a helicopter in the game. There will be a flying vehicle that we're working on. We haven't revealed what that is yet, though. Let's see. Okay, the crafting system works. Okay. Let me get rid of some of this garbage from my inventory here. Okay. And some of this, I don't know if this is quite going to work. This is, like I said, this is part of the action menu stuff that I was adjusting. Okay, there. I don't have an icon for it, but it's really there. You have to believe me that it's there. So this is the way you place items. So once you have it in your inventory, all you do is select it, and then it stays around in front of you. And where it's green is where you can place it, and red means you can't place it there. And as you can see, it has a system in place where you can stack stuff on top of other stuff. It'll automatically move it up like that. And then if you hold down the Alt key, then it allows you to rotate the item around as well to get it exactly where you want. So that's the way you place items. As far as for constructing items, see, I don't think I have anything here I can use to construct an item with. And then you just right-click to cancel. That's what I just did to get rid of it. Just hit the right mouse button if you don't want to place it there. Yeah, I don't have any crafting supplies over here. I'll have to go back to the main area to find the crafting supplies. So I can show you really quick, but it's really simple. In fact, let me just place this out here so you can see. So you just find the spot you want it. So it's pretty easy to line stuff up. I'll just kind of show you here quickly. So you just kind of rotate and move, get where you want. Oh, and I'm not close enough to my plot sign out here. I don't know if you saw that little message appear at the top there. Because you have to be within range of your plot sign, or else it won't let you build anything. Anyway. Let's see, let me read here. As for the price, we don't know yet. We're still working on that. It won't be a lot because we'll sell it in kind of a Minecraft style approach. So if people buy it earlier, it'll cost less. Let's see.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da.
And it will definitely not cost $9,000. I was kidding there.
Yeah, I don't think we sell very much for that.
Who knows?
As far as for the dev team, we get quite a few requests to join the dev team. We definitely could use a few more people, but we have everybody go through a trial. And so, for example, if you're a modeler, we'll want to see assets that you've made, like a portfolio or a demo reel. And then we'll also give you a model to actually make. And then once the model is done, then we'll have the modeling team assess it and see if they like it, essentially. And so there's kind of an application process you have to go through. All right, I have to hit my jump again, guys. Sorry. I do this every time I come over here. Yeah, the website's being backed up, so it'll be up soon.
Yeah, no worries, guys. No worries.
All right, here's my daily jump.
You mean hourly jump?
The map is 8 kilometers by 8 kilometers, so 64 square kilometers right now. That's the limit that we can currently do with the free SDK from CryEngine. If we go beyond that, we start hitting precision issues where things start jumping and jittering around. I don't know if anybody has tracked the game for a long time that's on chat, but when we first started on this about a year ago, there was an original map called Canyonlands. And the Canyonlands map was based on Canyonlands National Park in Utah. And it was a 32 kilometer by 32 kilometer map. So 1,000 square kilometers on that map. And it actually ran and worked. But the only issue is if you got to the far corners of the map, it started getting kind of pretty bad, to be honest. So if you're in first person mode, like the hand there that you see, it would be jittering and moving around on the screen. That's the problem. And then also, like if you shine a flashlight on a wall, it doesn't look nice on the wall. You get all these weird artifacts and blending and clipping artifacts from the flashlight beam on walls and so on. So, we scaled way back. Eventually, we want to have stuff like that. But, yeah, so there's a 1,000 kilometer square map that we actually have still. For the rain, I don't have thunder and lightning added yet, but that'll be added as well.
So, when you go to sleep, sing the thunder song. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll just add a little bit more to it.
Oh, and one tip for me, don't even bother going outside in the rain, especially at night, and when it's fog.
Yeah, it gets really dark. I can try changing. It's based right now off my computer's time, and so I could try changing. I've never tried, but I could try changing my computer time and having it jump forward, and just see if it gets dark. I'll try that in a second.
That would be cool. That would be dynamic.
Yeah.
Dynamic knob.
These are some of the ingredients for the crafting system. So you have some wood over here and some rocks and nails and so on. But it's kind of a Minecraft. It doesn't matter where you put them in here right now in the crafting window. We might have to change that though. But right now you just drag them in like this. So you drag in the components and then you just click craft and it puts it into the out. So it's pretty simple on the way that works. We try to keep it as simple as possible on the crafting side. The ref at the top, I don't know if anybody's ever asked about that, but that's, so for example, if you have the components to create a silencer, then what you can do is you can take your weapon and put it into the reference slot and it'll make sure it creates a silencer for that weapon. So it's kind of a way of just reusing patterns, but modifying them based on what your reference item is in the crafting window. Let's see. So you having troubles connecting then, Nick?
Yeah.
Not sure. Oh, I didn't update the build, so we won't be able to connect.
Yeah, I'm gonna reinstall it. I think I messed up while I was transferring the files.
Yeah, I didn't update the repository though,
Yeah.
so you won't be able to get it. All right.
Yeah, I wanna cook something for our fans near the campfire.
Yeah. Let me try to change my computer's time. I don't know if this is going to work or not. I've never tested this before. So this will be an interesting thing to try here. Let's see. Oh, there you go. It worked.
Oh, great. That looks cool. That's very dynamic for the server owners.
Yeah, so it can get really dark at night. And one of the reasons it's really dark is because it's raining. And the way the rain works is it darkens the skies and everything. So all the colors get dark and the skies get darkened. And so we can make it get as dark as we want during the rain patterns. But when the rain lets up, you'll be able to see a little bit better. But the rain just makes it even worse at night right now. Yeah, it lags once in a while. I apologize. I'm not quite sure why it's lagging. This is the first time we've tried to do a live stream of it, and so I have some issues I need to... And I'm not a streamer by any stretch of the imagination, so I apologize for that. But we'll get better.
Yep.
Let's see. So some of the new guys, yeah. So there are animals that'll be wandering around. We have a video of a pig that's on YouTube, I believe. It's in the middle of it's in the middle of one of the videos. I kind of threw it in. There's a little Easter egg. I don't know how many people actually saw it or not, but it's in there. So there will be wildlife. There's so the models we have done right now, we have a pig, a dog, a deer, a rat, and I think that's all as far as for wildlife. And then there will be bandits and mutants as well. So this guy here that I was shooting earlier with the bow, this is a bandit. He's one of the bandit characters. So you can kind of see what he looks like. I'm using OBS to stream with. So this is what the normal nighttime would look like right now. So it's just light enough you can barely see. But once those rain patterns set in or a fog pattern sets in, yeah, it can get nasty. But right now all the weather patterns are in a fixed cycle. But eventually in the game they'll be completely random. So you will never know when a weather pattern is going to hit. And in fact, there's one setting in right now. This is light fog that's setting in. Yeah, I'll have to adjust all the streaming stuff. Like I said, this is the first time, so We'll make it better. All right. Well, I don't want to take up everybody's time today. So if anybody on the stream wants to see anything specific really fast, let me know. Because if not, I'm going to go ahead and close the stream down. I don't think I missed any questions, but I'll kind of double check here quickly. Yeah, we're not accepting money or donations yet. I don't know if you can see, but in the lower right, there's the status icons. Normally, brown means you're fine. And if you notice, my temperature is green. At night, the temperature starts falling. And so that's why my temperature is going down. And eventually, my guy will start shaking and shivering as well. The M40. Okay, I showed that off earlier, but some of you, I think, didn't see it. Unfortunately, it's nighttime. Let me change my time back. Before I do that, though, let me run up and show you the house at night, because it's kind of fun seeing the houses at night. And I can't see a darn thing on my ATV.
Yeah, it's very dark. You can't see a thing 2 feet away from you. Those frogs, you can hear them from a mile away.
Yeah. All right. So here's a house at night. So this is, I released images today of this house. So if you look, there are some screenshots of it. This is what it looks like inside of it currently. I added a few blood stains that aren't in the images that I released. But this is what it looks like. So there's I put some few item spawns in here. So there's a can on the floor you can pick up. There's stuff on top of the fridge up there. There's a flashlight on the couch. There's an M40 on the shelf. Some food under the bed. A hatchet over there. Anyway, so that's what the houses look like. All right, the M40. Like I said, yeah, let me try to change my time back, and then I'll show you. Like I said, right now everything's based on a real world time. So this is using the actual clock on my computer to determine whether it's light or dark. There we go. All right. Let's see. Let's see here. As I mentioned earlier, I was adjusting a lot of this today, and so I'm picking stuff up has a little bit of an issue right now, but it does work eventually for me. All right, so here's the M40. Let me go outside here in the sun. There's a good image of it on the website, but this one has the scope on it, where the image on the website didn't have the scope, so that's the only thing that's new. That's what it looks like. All right. Yeah, the white squares on the ground that you see, let me see if I can make one appear here somewhere. But yeah, those are caused by, yeah, I'm not sure where they were at. It's when you have two surface types that collide, for example, my feet and a concrete or something, and we haven't defined what the interaction is between the two, and that's when you get the white squares that appear. It just means we're not done with it yet. This is what the streets look like, and I'll just repeat for those that maybe didn't catch this earlier. So all of the ground vegetation, the grass, and the plants that you would typically see, and if you look at my screenshot I released today on our forums, you'll see it, but the version of CryEngine we're currently using has a bug in multiplayer mode where it does not display in multiplayer mode. And so that's why the ground vegetation is missing. As soon as we upgrade to the next version of CryEngine, all that's fixed. And you'll see it just like in the images. All right. The vehicles, you're asking about the vehicles? Let me show you. So let me take the ATV, for example. Let me flip it over here. In fact, I'll show you on this one that's down here. Oh, that one isn't tipped over. I need one that's tipped over. I'll tip this one over. There's one of the white squares that was referenced earlier. All right. So for the flipped over ATV, we're working on adding code that lets you try to flip it back over. And it still has a couple of issues, but you can kind of see for an ATV the way it'll work. So eventually you'll be able to get it back over. The M40, I don't have ammo for it, unfortunately. But I will tell you that all we have are just the basic animations done. Let me go find a magazine for it really fast, and I'll show you. You can see the reload animation at least. But the zoom animations aren't done for it, so if I try to zoom it in, this is all you'll see right now. Because we don't actually have the animation done to look through the scope yet. And the sound effects are all placeholders and so on. So I can shoot it, but it's all going to be replaced that you see when I shoot it. So I need to fix this issue I'm having with picking stuff up today. Okay. So you can see the animations aren't done there. So there's the reload animation. You can see it that he was working on. But that's all we have done for it so far on the M40. The M40 is just, it's a brand new weapon. We're just barely getting it into the game. In fact, it was only added in the last couple of days. Zooming with the scope does not work yet. There's no animation for it, so that's all it does right now. It just kind of focuses your view. But we'll get there, just a matter of time. All right, I'm going to close up the stream then. If you have any other questions, the best place is just to post them on our forums at miscreatedgame.com. And I apologize whoever's posting looks like in French. I don't speak it, if that's the French. So I apologize for that. If somebody wants to translate, go for it. But yeah,
I used to speak French, but I forgot most of it.
Yeah.
There's one question. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're definitely adding a lot more stuff. A lot of the team building stuff has been in the planning stages for almost a year now. So all of the base building stuff is all used to organize teams. And unfortunately, there's a lot of other games now that are implementing the same type of an idea. But the base building will be a big one. And then there will be some PvE style encounters where you can team up if you would like to. It isn't a requirement, but it would help. And we're looking at a few other things as well to help keep it from being a frag fest. But all right, well, I'm gonna close up the stream, guys. It's been fun.
Yeah, thank you for joining our stream. We hit 27 people watching our live stream. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'll leave the.
Of course, yeah. You can join the forums, check out new stuff that we post daily, or post some questions. We'll get through them and answer your questions.
Yeah, and the stream, I recorded the stream on Twitch, so it'll be accessible on Twitch for a while. I think they automatically delete them every so often, but it'll be up for, I think, a few days still. So if anybody else wants to see it, we can redirect them to the stream. Anyway, thanks, guys. We'll talk to you later. See you on the forums. Bye.